I have a couple of questions for you. One of them relates to dreaming and waking up. Like you say, waking up in the morning, that's when you are the most able to not have resistance. I feel like I wake up and within a couple of seconds, I'm already feeling resistance. How can I, and then dreaming, sometimes I wake up in the middle of a dream and I feel like it's a bad dream. And so can you?
What you think about and what comes to you and how you feel always match. So as we say, you create your own reality. That's how it happens. You're thinking it, you're feeling it, and it's manifesting. You are creating your own dream reality too. And so what you're thinking about and how you're feeling about it is manifesting in your dreams. Your dreams, there is a wonderful way for you to acknowledge what's going on vibrationally, particularly if you're not sensitive to how you've been feeling. And so you're not really keeping up with releasing resistance when it comes. So sometimes you get momentum going that you don't realize that you've got going because they're beliefs that you've held for a while, and so you keep believing them and life keeps showing them to you, and so you develop these patterns of thought, these patterns of expectation, which then play out in vivid form in your dreams. So if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would use dreams in this way. We would say when we put ourselves to bed, we would say, I realize that I'm going to dream, because you do whether you realize it or not. I know that I'm going to dream. And when I awaken, if I recall the dream, the first question I'm going to ask myself is, how did it feel? Because that's the most important information that's coming from the dream. Now, as we are dovetailing this conversation of dreams with this conversation of getting on the high-flying disc, we want to say to you that it really, really, really is accurate that when you slumber, you stop the momentum of your thought. But the propensity, the logical sequence of the way you're thinking is not going to change instantly. That's why we're saying it takes about 30 days for you to say, I'm going to care about how I feel in the morning, and I'm going to reach for the best feeling thought that I can find. So what you're reaching for, if you are in the situation that you are where your thoughts tend to run away with you, sometimes people say, Abraham, it's not like I'm thinking my thoughts, it's like my thoughts are thinking me. And we say that's because there's some momentum going. So if you go to bed at night intending to wake up and say to yourself, I'm going to press the reset button. This reset button, like I'm being born into this physical body, I'm going to be at my most allowing state. I'm going to be at my least resisting state when I awaken in the morning. So just sort of say that to yourself as you go to sleep. And then when you wake up, the important thing is to catch yourself in the very early stages of it. Esther discovered she had to get right out of bed the minute she was conscious, because if she stayed there, her thoughts were likely, they had been sort of wandering toward unwanted thoughts. And so she discovered the other day, she woke up, stayed in bed, woke up again, stayed in bed, woke up again, stayed in bed, and she said, I'm back, because it was a long time. When she woke up, she better get up and she better get focused upon something, otherwise her mind was going to wander into unwanted places, you see. So it's just a matter of caring about how you feel and then just guiding yourself gently. Don't be mean to yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. Just reach for the best feeling thought that you can find. Now, we've noticed, and you've noticed it too, that the more general your thought is, the less resistance it is likely to have within it. So when you're making that transition from those uncomfortable thoughts. So dreams are full of information, but they are full of information that your emotions are already giving you. If you're having a chronic bad dream about something, there's something bothering you. And you know you're thinking about it, not when you're dreaming. You know you're talking about it, not when you're dreaming. In other words, the essence of that is active within you, and that's why it's coming to you in every way that it can be revealed to you, because it's just an amplification of how you feel about something. But the point that we're wanting to get across in a very powerful way is that you have control about how you feel about everything. You just have to begin to exercise it a little bit, you see.
So when the dream comes and it's a persistent feeling, it's not so much the topic of the dream, it's the feeling in the dream.
When we awaken and we realize if we were standing in your physical shoes and we would awaken and realize that we'd had that recurring dream again and that the feeling was there, the first thing that we would say is, dreams are good, they help me work the bugs out of things, and we'd leave it right there. It's going to be fun to let this go little by little, and I don't have to think about this. Clearly it's active in my vibration, but it's becoming less active all the time. It was just talk it down. Just talk it down. I'm looking forward to the time when this dream is gone altogether. Or I really love my high-flying dreams. I really love those good feeling dreams. I have those too. In other words, just talk yourself into feeling good. Now, for some of our physical friends, this conversation, it feels a little troubling because it sounds to you like what we're saying is, don't face reality. That's exactly what we're saying. Because facing reality just regurgitates reality. Now, there's plenty of reality that you want to keep replicated in your life experience, but you want to learn to be a more selective sifter. So you want to keep the thoughts that feel the best and leave the thoughts that feel the worst. And so if it's a thought that doesn't feel good, general will slow it down. If it does feel good, more specific will speed it up. But you want to be discerning of which it is. So the first thing that you want to do anytime you're aware that you're feeling any emotion is say, good for me, my guidance is really working. This is really a good thing. Esther loves driving. She would drive all day every day if she could find a place to go and a reason to go there. And she's pretty good at finding a place to go and a reason to go there and something to drive there in. And all along many of the highways across the country are those little bumps along the edge of the road. And she really enjoys moving along, and every now and again, bump, especially when she was driving the monster bus. It's big, it wants to take up a lot of room. Bump. And she never took it as an indictment of her morality. She never took it as an indication of her worthiness. She took it as an indication, keep going in this trajectory and you're going off the road. Guidance. Just guidance. Guidance that is easy to correct from. And that's what your emotions are. That's even what all manifestations are about. Just guidance to help you to correct the trajectory. But you do it with the power of your mind, and you mold it by caring about the way you feel.